You're listening to the Para House Entertainment Network. Come join us as we take you deep into the fire to the paranormal realms of hauntings, UFOs, ETs, alien abductions, strange creatures, and the vastness of universal consciousness as we continue to seek what is not supposed to exist as we search for the truth that only comes from going into the fire. Good evening, everybody, and welcome to Into the Fire. How's everybody doing tonight? I hope you're having a great night. Beautiful day today. Here's our wonderful, beautiful hosts, co-hosts here, Tanya and Billy. How you guys doing?
Doing good. How about you?
Hanging in there. Today was the first day of a special type of therapy I had on my leg. I did 2 treatments today. And feeling great about it. It's just super positive and owe a lot to some individuals to make that happen. And it's just a blessing. And hopefully it's going to be great. And it was an awesome day to try it out with. And thank the guy upstairs for everything that he does to make these things happen. So it's just an amazing time. Folks, if you're here to watch William Nighthawk and Dennis Carroll tonight, unfortunately, William was a little bit ill today. He couldn't do his show this morning. And I just got off with him just a few seconds, a little bit beforehand. And he is not going to be able to make the show this week. So what we've done is we're going to reschedule it. And if you can hold off for one more week, you're going to find something very interesting because he has offered to put up one of his wonderful medicine bags. If you know William, he makes some beautiful native art, and he is going to have some. He's going to offer one of his medicine bags up to one of our listeners next week. So when that show comes on, you're going to have an answer way to do it. And probably what we'll do is we'll ask a question or two, and the first person that answers that question correctly will get you set up so that you can get this wonderful medicine bag from William. He's a Superman, and Chris is a great guy too, and we're really looking forward to it. So,
yes, Christy, you're stuck with us tonight.
Yep. And I'm not bringing Billy Gnome out for you either.
yeah. So, it's one of those things you're going to stuck with us
I'm
today.
happy kite flying season is over with now.
Oh my God.
Yes. Well, if I wish I put the one thing up today, it's like the UFOs and the balloons and all that stuff. And I saw a unique sign. Then we had a picture of it. And I think it went around as a meme, and it said on it, "Balloon rides closed till further notice." I just loved it. I was like going, "Yeah, that makes sense." Don't want to bet that cut into your business, but it's the way it is. We have put out one of our favorite guest who is in. I don't know if she's watching the show tonight or anything else. We're trying to reach her, and we gave her the link, and that would be Beth Allen to come in and also kind of entertain you here with us tonight. You guys got anything that you'd like to talk about to start off with?
Well, just first off, I want to say I hope everybody came through okay with this bad wind storm that we just recently had.
And I hope everybody has their power.
Right.
We do know that there are people out still without power, especially in this area. You guys got hit with the strongest winds in Tennessee.
We did.
And
79 miles an hour. We had a little bit of roof damage, some fence damage. We got a tree down in the yard, but
We're good.
we're good.
Yep, excellent, and did a lot of work to it, and we survived up here well around the house. Unfortunately, Franklin had a ton of trees and falling down on lines and everything else. But where the people who are that are truly have a dear thing for Octagon Hall took a pretty massive beating through it all, and we're in the process of healing that up. If you don't go up there and gawk or look around, because right at this moment we still have a hot wire, because there are people up there that there's a lot of people who need power, and they're still trying to put it all together, and they'll get out there as soon as we can, and we don't want anybody having any issues with that. Excuse me, I can't mute my mic from here.
Yeah, we don't need nobody going up there and stepping on a hot wire.
No.
Right, exactly. And then, but we are in the process of cleaning it up, and it will get cleaned up. Again, that house is a very strong house, but the old trees around there, 300-year-old trees, and the carport that we had did take off and sail across the area, and through all the winds, as many years as that has been there. It has never done it, and it was something very special. We got some roof damage on the barn, of course, but we will get that all together and get it all back in shape. But hopefully you guys all survived well and are all out here. So on a quick note, while we're waiting, I thought I was going to, I found something that was interesting. I was involved with MUFON for a long time, as a lot of people know. And I just happened to get a report from MUFON, and I thought I would tell people, since we're having all the UFOs being seen and people seeing weird things in the sky, balloons and everything else. I noticed that it was a report that came up, and I'm just going to, if you don't mind, I'm going to read a little bit about it and share some of the stuff with you, because I find it pretty interesting. Because last month in February in the United States, there were 942 UFO reports reported just in the month of February. The highest state that recorded the most was Florida with 93, California with 87, and believe it or not, Ohio had 58.
Wow.
And then around this area, Tennessee had 26. Kentucky, I think it came in at 16. So, yeah, there's a whole lot of them on here, all 50 states. But if I just gave you the quick top 10, it would have been Florida, California, Ohio. Texas had 50, Pennsylvania had 49, Arizona had 31, Michigan had 31, North Carolina had 28, Washington State had 29, and New Jersey had 27, followed by Tennessee at 26.
So almost 1,000 reports.
Almost 1,000 reports
in the month of February.
In 1 month from one service, and that's the Mutual UFO Network, MUFON. There are several reporting sites that they can go to and everything else, but very, very interesting. And when they break down these reports, people don't get to really do this, and I thought it'd be nice to share it. That's why I'm doing it. When they talk about shapes, what kind of craft is and what people see and how they describe it. So by shape, in the same order, I'll give you the top 10 shapes that people were seeing. People saw circles, 205 circles, spears, 125. They have a classification called other, 84. Triangles, 79. Discs, 71. Ovals, 61. Star-like, 55. Cigar shape, 42. cylinders 33, square rectangles 31, tic tacs 27, and fireballs 23. So pretty interesting, you know.
Yeah.
And this is the really important part that I've always wondered about and looked at, and being an investigator for this for so long. They have the distance away from the witness out of those 942 cases. So if you're looking at a distance from 0 to 100 feet, there were 138. That means you're looking at it pretty up close and personal. Then from 100 feet to 500 feet, there was 125 just in the month of February. 500 to 1 mile, 182. Over 1 mile, 212. Unknown, 94. And no value, meaning that they couldn't, 34. Still very interesting figures. And then when you get to it, this is the part that always makes me flip out. Most impressively, there were 43 landings, hoverings, or takeoffs. Those would be in those 130 to 100 feet. 50 entities were observed. That would also be within that 138 feet. And 66 abductions were reported to the MUFON case, ERT case system to help abductees. So that gives you a little idea of what's going on in the month. I don't know if I might be able to do that month to month. If you guys like it, let me know, and we can continue it. I think it's just neat to know that what is going on. A lot of people, you don't get that kind of information, and I just wanted to bring it to you tonight. So see if you think about it, because we were thinking about, as we talked about William Nighthawk and Dennis Carroll. We're going to have next week we're going to have a blast with them. It's going to be a very informational show for everybody, and they do it all just like the people that we're looking at on the screen here, like some of you guys out there. You also just aren't on one side of it; you're on every side of it, and it's something to kick around and makes you think. What do you guys think about those numbers?
It's crazy.
It is.
It is. It is. It's funny. It's moved from like 600 to
Frankie Lynn, I don't think you want that kind of action.
But yeah, it's very interesting. Let's see what's going on in the chat room. Let me say hi to a few people in the chat room. Hello, Ada. How are you doing? It's a pleasure to see you, Stacy Holland. Thank you, dear, for everything that you do for us and Octane Hall. It's great to have you here tonight. Frankie Lynn, hey, dear. Joanne Stewart, AJ Wilson, Leanne Eskew, and I'm just reading this fast, what I can pick up on them here. Christy Moore-Hughes. Hi, Christy. How are you? I owe you a phone call. Proof After. That's the great group. Tawana Bear is in here. Who else is in here? Matt McDonald's in here. And just nice to see you all. Yeah, Ada. And we'll be seeing Ada here not too long from now, won't we? Looking forward to getting up into West Virginia. It's going to be a great time there. And we might as well cover West Virginia as what we're talking about it. Let me get out of the chat room here. I'll let you guys handle that. And I'll go down here to just cover up some other things as soon as I get to the board I need to get to. It's always fun doing this stuff, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
I was told to be nice tonight by someone, not to get in trouble by saying a lot of different weird stuff. we were warned beforehand.
Yeah, they might pull the plug. Wouldn't be the first time.
Yeah.
Wouldn't be the first time.
Yeah, that's it. That's it. But this is the a weird and wonderful Monster Con that's going to be happening in Richwood, West Virginia on April 28th, 29th, and 30th. And it's a special, great guests. And these guys mean a lot to me. They're on here. So you're going to see a lot of good names on this. And Stan Gordon, he's from Pennsylvania, does it all. Dr. Ray Keller, what a great guy. If you happen to be at the...
Talk about somebody that glows.
Yeah.
He just radiates this glow.
Oh, yeah. And
you can't help but smile around him.
Oh, yeah.
Right. Yeah, he's just a super guy. And look at some of his books. I mean, we bought some when we were up there, and golly, mind-opening. And just the way he is, he's a great spirit. Of course, Dave Spinks, Serenity Jetty, Eric Altman, Bigfoot, Paranormal, all the above. What's that group of people there?
Just a bunch of tag-alongs.
All right, tag-alongs, yeah. Of course, we got the weird West Virginia and the weird series of the books guys there. And you've got your special guest appearance who's going to be signing, and up there to see is Wild Bill from the Mountain Monsters.
Hoorah!
And we're going to do some spiritual stuff. We're going to do a lot of different things. Of course, if you are open and you would like to have a booth up there, they're available also. And it's a great time. You can visit the store. We'll be doing all of the things from City Hall. All the speaking events will be from City Hall, just like we did last year. And then there's a gymnasium just down the street that all the products will be, all the vendors will be in there. Great place. We had a great time in there.
It's a small town.
Yeah.
It's a great town.
You're in between two mountains down in a valley. It's beautiful.
Yeah. Rivers.
We're all over the place down there. I mean, we had a great time last year. We did get hit with that freak snowstorm. And
hopefully we don't have one.
It slow us down. It was cold, but it didn't stop us.
No, it was an awesome time and an awesome event.
Met a lot of great people too.
Yeah, and we look forward to having you. It's going to be a very spiritual event also, because we're talking about consciousness. We're talking about other things also. Getting around this class of people, like the energy that Dr. Ray gives off, Spanks, Jenny, Billy, Tanya, and some of the guests, and Ada, and all of them that are there, just special people, and they're all about helping humanity, helping everything. When you get a bunch of people together like that and they're all around you, it is so imperative and so important to.
Yes, the restaurants were awesome.
Yes.
Yes, they were.
There wasn't no breakfast buffet at the hotel. We were looking forward to going to the diners and stuff.
Yeah.
There's one we hit quite often.
Yeah, it was awesome, man. I'll tell you. And the town pitches in, and it's just a great event. It's a great event. And you never know if you worth the admission to the tickets. We'll have a special VIP night. It was a blast last year. We had some food out there. We had a lot of people signing and just talking and answering your questions. And it was a great night. But You also you might be able to catch Melvin running naked through the woods in West Virginia.
As long as he's running through the woods and not in the hotel room with us.
Right, exactly.
No.
Exactly. Now there are
Unless
spaces
there's
up there
snow.
for hotels. There are Airbnbs up there. There's towns around it that are not very far away that you can stay at. It is a beautiful area. The lodge is just a it's like a lodge. It's got a beautiful river you hear running all night long. Rapids running, feeling to it. It's right next to a dang state park, national park. You just drive right up into it,
And I gotta tell you what, the people there were just so nice. You know,
right.
a lot of times you get a mob of people coming into a small town. Everybody's looking around, wondering what's going on. These people were happy to see visitors.
Oh yeah.
Right, exactly. It's the down home way of where I was raised and born in. But get your tickets. Great opportunity, and it's going to be a blast. Help us. We look forward to seeing you all. We just we love that kind of event, and it's always.
We love them road trips, especially with Melvin.
Yeah. Yeah. You haven't experienced a road trip until you take the kids.
Poor Mama Bear.
I know.
She has to turn around and she goes,
Yeah.
Like the Three Stooges.
Yeah. I do remember one special one that a certain wonderful priest friend of us turned around and started throwing holy water in the back seat.
We're bad.
Said a few choice words which we cannot say in the air tonight. But
don't give away all our secrets.
Nope.
Yeah, no, you got to come up and enjoy.
We also got the novice hunt coming up.
Yeah, but we do. We definitely do. We've got a novice hunt coming up. I think I pulled that one off.
That's an April Fool's Day event.
Well, I'll tell you why I pulled that one off. That's April Fool's, and I think we nicknamed that one For the Foolish. And guys, we appreciate you so much, but that was sold out today. And it's always an honor when we can have something like that that sells out that quick. We love it, the tickets. And we also gave away 2 of those tickets. We put it limited to 10. There'll be at least 12 or 13 there. I gave away some tickets to help this weekend up at the putt thing up at the training center up there in Bowling Green. And we raffled off some tickets there. So those will be given to help benefit them. We all love to do things for the community, everything else. And so hopefully they had a great event. And we look forward to you guys. And thank you again for supporting us. Now, the next thing, we're talking about the Sphinx deal and all the other things that
we can't talk about.
That we could talk about. We're going to have another. Last year we had the VIP hunt up at the Otian Hall, and this year we're going to do it again. We're going to do it on June 2nd with Dave and Jenny. And I'm sure you'll see Nighththalkers there in the background a little bit also to help everything else out. But this is the VIP night. Tickets are limited to 15 people on this house. There will be, the tickets are $100, just like it was last year. No increase this year. And so come on out and enjoy this. Get ready to look at that. It is not ready to be put on. Bear has not put it on yet. I'm giving you a warning because last year when these things went and it came up, they were gone in a half a day. So this whole event was sold out in like
yes, Bear.
3 days.
We got a typo in there. Frankie Lynn pointed it out.
Of course, Frankie Lynn did.
Yeah, the spelling police.
Yeah, I know. I mean, golly, Frankie, don't you have anything else to do? Thank you, dear. I mean, well, I was doing this really quick so I could get this out. And this was, I changed it from the last week. Last week was probably right. Where's your spelling thing at? Spinks, Spring, Jenny, Friday, VIP. Are you in the small lines yet?
That wasn't Frankie.
2023.
That wasn't Frankie. That was
No, that was Lisa.
Oh, yeah. It's
That
2023. You're right. I'm sorry, fat finger. Let's see if I did it on
He's
this one.
just a year behind.
Yeah, I've been.
Lisa, we hope you guys are doing well in Australia.
Yeah. This is the following night, and this is the ghost hunt, and you can see that it says June 3rd, Saturday night, June 3rd, 2023.
Hey,
They're a year apart.
Yeah. So it's my, that's what happens when you have fat fingers and you're looking for your computer and your brush. But Dave and Jenny will be there also. Now this event is going to have 24 tickets available, and it is for
Lisa said time difference in Australia is not 1 year.
Yeah. It is on Into the Far.
Frankie said she's just sitting there minding her own business.
Yeah. We're turning the clock. That's the day we turn back to on the second we turn back the clock a year, and then on the third we up it a year. But $65 for the show. And Lisa, it's so good to have
coming
you
up this weekend too, isn't it?
So we went.
From
this
1 hour
weekend,
to 1 year. Time is changing, and supposedly I hope this is the last time it does happen. One other good thing, I want to, even though that we're going to have them on next week, I want you to. There is a great opportunity. William and Dennis do a lot of shows together. And this is where you can see William Nighthawk and Dennis. They're on YouTube. I think I'll put this in the links on the next show, and I think they're already out anywhere, but they'll be on the Facebook page in Into the Far. They're also on Anchor, and they're also on Twitch. And then they also have another little thing called, and I love this, the Rabbit Hole podcast, Nighthawk High Strange's podcast channel on YouTube. So, and they do them early in the morning, and Saturday, Sundays, and he does a Thursday show also.
Get you all stirred up with your morning cup of coffee.
Right, exactly. Taking you down the rabbit hole. And as we know, I think we're going to see a lot more rabbit hole coming on. Coming up there, so that's why I put this one up here today. Fasten your seatbelts, folks. Life's going to get a little bumpy. I'm sure you're going to see some amazing things happening next week from the mouth of Bear to the brains of you guys. I hope that it all happens because we have heard some very interesting things. And the more I talk about it on this channel, faced by the two people that just hate my guts, Facebook and YouTube, will torture me. So, we can't talk about it, but just stay positive. Remember that you're special beings, and take care of the other people that are around you. If they don't understand you, still go show them love and show them the abilities to be able to give the things that you can, because it's all about taking care of your neighbor. It's all talking about your other things. You know, it's not about you give and you shall receive. You know, and it's very important. But enough of that stuff. I'll let you guys talk for a little bit. I've done my thing and done my promoting. And
I got a real quick question. Has anybody in the chat room seen the latest video that it's been put out at Octagon Hall?
oh yeah, I've seen it before.
You might be the one that put it out.
Oh well, that's why I've seen it then.
Oh yeah, Tara, what did you think about it? You'll have to see if you can't get that put up here on the show sometime so we can show it.
Yes,
hang on here. Let me see. You keep talking, and I'll see if I can.
He's
add
gonna
to
see if
that.
he can't bring it up. Yeah, in Mary Elizabeth's room.
Yep.
Right. Let me see if I can add this. Just give me a second, and I'll see if I can add it to the studio. I've got to find where I put it first.
It's always really, really cool when an experience that you've had is actually captured on film. You know,
oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
at a different time
Yeah.
when you're not even there. You know, it just validates personal experiences that you've had, that you've told people about. Well, here you go.
And then I've got a question for everyone out there too. See if you can bring that up.
I'm trying to. What I'm doing right now is I'm actually uploading it into the video thing, just like we do our background when we do our grand opening and everything else. It's going to just take me a little while as the arrows gets doing it. So we'll have it here for you in just a little bit, because it is a video. It takes a little bit while for it to load up on StreamYard.
Tara said, what about the camera in Mary Elizabeth's room? Did it capture the same shadow?
It actually did. It captured a shadow of the door way in the back corner. And you can see it moving, but it was a very straight shot. But what was really unusual, and we didn't include it because it was I didn't want to put it out because it's kind of inconclusive. It was a white, misty shadow over the door and behind the door that moves that way. And when I look at it, and I know how you guys look at it also, is you're going to say, is that IR reflecting light off the top of the doorway, because it's very close to the camera? And I couldn't, I'm looking at it going, it really looks bizarre. It's different, but at the same time, I couldn't verify.
When in doubt.
Yeah, one of the things that we see a lot in the hall is that you can see things with your eyes. You can catch it on the camera for a minute, see it. You get another camera angle, and it's not the same thing. You don't see it at all.
Yeah.
These things are one of the things about them. They're very tricky.
It's like voice recorders. Same thing.
And that's an interesting part. Why don't you explain what you're talking about there?
You can have 3 voice recorders going on around a room, and maybe one of them will pick something up and the others won't.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. People who have been to our novice hunts and people who are paranormal investigators have explained that quite a lot. Even disembodied voices. Mm-hmm. It's very unusual that you can catch you're in a room with 5 people, and all of a sudden you go, "Ooh, did you hear that?" And then 3 of the people in the room heard it, and the other 2 went, "Huh?" Really weird. But what's cool about it is that one of those recorders that she was talking about probably picked it up. Mm-hmm. So you could hear it again. They can hear it, what you actually heard literally with your ears, disembodied. But it's one of those things, and how it does it, You know, maybe because of awakeness, maybe because some people just aren't able to communicate with it, or are they that selective that there are people in the room that they can talk to and no one else? Kind of like when we were talking about the UFOs the other night. Remember, we were talking about how some people can look up in the sky and see it, and other people don't.
Yep.
Same way, when they have the ability, they're like just sectioned off that I want to talk to you, or these people I want to communicate with, the other two I don't want to communicate with.
Mm-hmm.
So they shut it off. So very interesting. You guys agree with that?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay, now I think it's loaded up and ready to go. We're going to try to stick it
cool.
right here. So, folks, this is the video. If you haven't seen the video, this is it right here. So take a good look at it. And it's better in, you're going to see it in the fast shot. You're also going to see it in slow motion. Slow motion definitely tells you a little bit more on it. But here we go. Let's see how this works. What did you guys think?
I know what I see.
I do too.
I see a long-haired lady walking in. You know, it's funny in slow motion. That's why I was mentioning about slow motion. Before the door even gets ready to shut, if you're looking at the back wall of that room, you can see something. Right, and you can see something moving around in that area, and you're on the back wall. And then all of a sudden it takes off. Now, you know the shape of a door. And sorry, it's not going to be a little like that.
That was not the door.
Yeah, not the door. We couldn't recreate that shadow. We have had a lot of footage from it. Never seen a shadow quite like that. That was just one of those blessings that we caught that night. And we've seen them the night that you guys got married. We've seen them at different times.
There was two of them that night.
Yeah,
there was two of them that night.
That was during the day.
During the day.
Yeah. But as the slow motion came by, and she gets ahead of the thing, gets ahead of the door.
Mm-hmm.
And if you look, you can actually see what looks to be like, you know how when your hair's scraggly on the back and your ends are
you can see the
out?
dress.
Yeah, you can see the whole thing, you know.
I definitely see a female walking by and closing the door behind her.
Yep.
Yeah, I do too. But I don't know what's the chat room think? Were they able to see it and take a look at it?
Stacy said the shadow goes away well before the door has closed.
Yep. Yeah. It is an interesting thing, and I've never seen a shadow that looks like that has a rounded door that has a rounded head type thing.
Tara, that entire week is kind of historical.
Yes.
Yeah.
For the hall.
Mm-hmm.
Bear, you want to go into that?
Very much so. The history of the hall. That video. Right. That video, the Confederate Army landed in Hockingham Hall on February 12th, February 13th, 1862. And that's when the 9,000 men were there. They left the next day. 2 days later, guess who shows up? And that's the Union. And the Union did a lot of atrocities there and stayed there for up to 3 to 4 weeks. So they had people on and off up there continually. So very tragic time for the hall. Very tragic time. But you can see why somebody might want to shut your door. But it's funny about people go. Yeah, people go. Well, Mary shuts her door there a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But you know what? You can go up there and you can.
That's not the only door though that opens and closes.
Right, exactly. It's just that we've got a camera. It's really funny too. I'll finish talking about the one that we just saw. But when a door doesn't close for 3 months or 4 months, and then all of a sudden at 3 o'clock in the morning, when nobody's in the hall, excuse me, and nothing's happening, and I hate to cough. I've got to learn. Normally I mute my mic, and I'm not on my mic tonight. I'm using a different system tonight. So, but it is crazy because when that door closes at 3 o'clock in the morning, there's no wind, there's no nothing, and we had 90-mile-an-hour winds whistling through the hall the other day. And let me tell you something, the door didn't close. So, that gives you an idea of what it is. Now, the other door that opens and shuts is really tricky and hard to catch. And it does it a lot of times. It's like catching one of the mannequins in the sick room or the infirmary moving, because when we put a camera in that room, they'll never open that door. I can pull that camera out, and the next day that door is going to open.
Mm-hmm.
I can put the camera in the next day and say, oh my God, I got to catch that. And so we have been looking to catch that. And the day that we catch it, you're going to see it right here on the end of the fire. We'll do the same thing. And you'll also see it on the website, because it is amazing when it happens. It happens very quickly and it happens very fast.
It actually happened in the gift shop too with us.
Yep.
And
yeah.
Was it Stacy that was in there with us?
It might have been Stacy.
We were talking about having a meeting.
We were at a vet, and we were going to have a personal conversation, and there was people, I forget what it was about, and we were in the gift shop, and we said, okay, yes, excuse me, we're just going to talk for a second. And then all of a sudden, the people left the room, and then a spirit shut the door to the gift shop so that we could be alone in there and then talk.
Mm-hmm.
Like this is a private conversation. We got to make sure we guard the door, and that is an impossibility.
Because there's a table that sits there that wedges the door shut.
Yeah, we wedge it in there so that door never goes shut. And the amazing thing about it is when it happens, you don't hear the door, the table rattling. You don't hear anything. It just goes.
It was either Stacy or Terry.
Yeah, I'm not too sure.
It was one of the. It was one of them. They walked out, and right after they walked through the door closes behind them. I'm like, wow.
Right. Yeah.
Right on cue.
Right on cue. Right on cue. And it's like the lady who says hello. And Stacy has been, folks. Stacy, I'll thank you so much for taking over while I'm.
It must have been Terry, Stacy.
Yeah, and recouping, because when you come to the hall, Wednesday through Saturday. You're going to see Mike on Saturday, and you're going to see Stacy the rest of the time. They've been doing a great job keeping the hall open and doing the things. And I think Stacy's starting to find a little bit about what Octagon Hall can do when you're sitting in the hall for a while.
By yourself.
Yeah. And she was able to pick up the lady, we always talk about, hello, basement people. And she was able to pick up the lady, disembodied voice of the lady saying, hello. So she's had some interesting experiences out there. So if you get a chance to stop up there during the week or on the weekend, ask Stacy about what's been going on at the hall, because she's been doing a heck of a great job. And we appreciate you and we love you for doing it. Thank you. And thank all of Whiskey Tango Foxtrot. When the wind and the damage and everything else comes, we all come running. We're all family. We take care of each other. Stacy, we got trapped up there, and we all went up there to try to do it. And in the middle of a windstorm, and it just got too dangerous, but we got her out of there. And thank you to Billy Wilkerson, Beth Allen, everybody that was up there with us to do that. It was quite a show. You almost got to see me blown off. I'm blown away. Since I've had my toe amputated, I've got a toe sock on, and we were laughing about that. The wind blew so hard it took my toe sock off, then it became a wind sock. Lost forever. I don't know where it ended up at. But,
it'll probably come back.
We do have some things that we've got to do up there. And the carport got tied in between two trees, and the wind picked up, and we thought we had it where it needed to be. And
that was some pretty strong wind. See if Bear's gonna make it back.
I know. Or are we all froze up?
Time's still going. You guys can still hear us, right? Yep. Okay.
Okay, good.
Good.
Is Bear still frozen for you guys?
Yeah,
Yep.
He's gone.
Okay. I got a question for you guys. I just want to see what your thoughts are on this. Everybody knows what deja vu is, right? So where do you think it comes from? How do you think deja vu comes about?
Not everybody all at once.
I know.
And you've been experiencing it quite a bit lately, haven't you?
Yes. It's had me thinking. And I have my brain runs on things like this, and I just someplace you've never been, you go there and you have a deja vu moment. Where do you think it comes from? Did you dream about it the night before? Are you picking up on somebody else that had been in that same spot before? Yeah, you feel like you've been there before, but you have physically never been there before. Yeah, it could be like a portal. Like if you've physically never been to a state before or a building, and you walk in this building for the very first time, but you know where everything's at.
Memories.
Mm-hmm. But is it our memories, or is it somebody else's memories that you're picking up on, do you think? I've thought that too. But if the building has been there less time, then you've been around longer than the building has, then it couldn't have been a past life.
Maybe it's the building telling you part of the story.
Could be. And I've thought about too, is it
I mean, you're drawn to
spirits?
certain locations.
Right. But I mean, is it spirits maybe communicating with you and without you realizing that they're doing it by a deja vu moment? And I wonder if sometimes it happens that way and not all the time, Tara. Like a way of a communication for some.
There he is.
Well, that was interesting, wasn't it? No more. Wow.
Okay, let me ask you this: have any of you guys ever had deja vu moment, and you're like, yeah, I don't want to be here? It's like it didn't turn out well last time, so let's get the hell out of Dodge.
Or you're going, is something bad going to happen? Because I've got this weird feeling I've been here before and I don't know why.
Why? Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Hello, Matt, and hello, Melinda.
But I've done that, and it's been, I see an object and it's almost like I remember using that object and working with that object, but I've never seen it before in my life. It's weird.
Well, what's really weird for me is that I've been having those when you're awake type visions.
Yes.
As you
Yes.
transfer between different areas and as you're going elsewhere. As
I've
we've
done
talked
that
many
too
times
here
about.
lately. Yes.
And something's changing. And guess what?
Yes.
You are in another, and you're seeing things that you're going, well, wait a minute. I'm wide awake and I've got this vision going here that is like going, whoa.
Mm-hmm.
So,
yeah. You could just be washing your hands and all of a sudden you're seeing the same place.
Yep.
But other things are happening.
Right. Exactly.
But it hasn't happened yet.
Right. Exactly. It hasn't happened yet.
And you're just waiting for it. Yeah.
And sometimes I see different faces and I see different things. And it's more like going, all right, we're making this shift to a different spot. Life is changing. Things are going to go to the better. And I know a lot of people don't.
It's the cookie crumb trail.
And yes, Lisa, I've thought about that too.
Here's a little tidbit. tidbit. Follow the trail. You get a story somehow.
Well, that's exactly right. It's a pathway. They're leaving little crumbs for you. Just don't follow the ones that are black,
Yeah.
Pick up the gold line ones.
But see, Lisa, I didn't know if it was the object or if it was somebody else that had passed away and liked being at this place and, were showing me things that way with that object.
It is so good to see Lisa in here tonight, all the way from Australia town.
What time is it actually right there in Australia, Lisa?
It's early morning, I think.
I mean, had the roosters crowed? It's probably middle of the day. I don't know.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Yeah, probably 10. Oh, it's the next day, whatever the next day is. It's where they're
He
a day
is
ahead of
living
us.
in the future.
Yes.
It's almost 2:00 there.
Yep.
I think Bear froze up again.
Yep.
You been losing time, Miss Christie? Okay.
Yeah, Melinda, that's another good one too. I'm good at seeing things in different scenarios too before I do something. So that's a good way of putting that too. But this seems different.
Time does go by fast.
Mm-hmm.
Especially the
But
older
she's
we
talking
get.
about how the different scenarios,
Mm-hmm.
and when they don't work out, they hit rewind and try a different scenario.
I don't know. Some of the things I've done in the past, I wouldn't want to do to rewind. And I wouldn't want to relive that shit.
Yes, Frankie Lynn, time is going by super fast. I'll just be glad when the days are longer.
It's coming. Time changes, what, next weekend?
Yes. Then I won't feel like I have to go to bed at 6:00 at night.
The Deja Vu Festival, huh?
Yep. Well, that's funny. So what do they do at a Deja Vu festival?
They come back next year and say, oh, I feel like I've been here before. I've seen that person before.
Uh-huh.
Well, yeah, Frankie, it did something, especially last year. Last year seemed to go by really fast.
Yep.
You know, here we are already into March.
Here we are again. And it's bad news. Anybody else back here yet?
It's because they're watching you, Bear.
Yep.
No, it's because they're watching you. They're
Mhm.
watching us all.
Yeah,
Isn't
Lisa, I
it
do the same
nice
thing
to
with
know
that
that
too,
we're
all
all
the
on the
different
watch with each
scenarios.
other? Isn't
I
it
mean,
nice?
we do live right
all
next to a military base.
That's right. That's it. But yeah, it's quite strange. And I was Melinda just cursed the far out of us because she mentioned the Looking Glass program, and I was going,
And then
oh,
there goes Bear.
there we go. She wants me to talk about what? No, we're not going to do that tonight. That shot right out. So yeah, it's a great night not to have. If we're having this kind of difficulty without it, but there's a lot of stuff going on with the internet, folks, and not to get into it a lot, but I bet you're going to see quite a lot of changes coming up here in the near future. All the things that we would like to do in the future is to have Melinda. I love it. Lisa come on and do a show with us, but she doesn't like to be very. She's not too bad. Carlos is in there. Hey, Carlos, how you doing? But
Frankie
so, but
says, what's
we'd
the
love
Looking
to
Glass program?
Here we go.
ask Melinda. Have her type that down.
Yeah, then they'll be watching her too.
I'd like to get a show with you on Nighthawk.
Welcome to the club.
Yeah. So
You know, Bear's not only a member, he's the president.
right.
I don't think he can stay on here long enough to explain it before he gets.
It's like the hair club for men. Here we go. So So, you know, it's just, it's, but
I'm pretty sure we're going to
just,
lose you again.
you know, yeah, we are going to leave you again. So I'll tell you what, yeah, it's just a great program. It's fun to be out here with
Next
you.
week.
We love you so much. Don't miss next week. We're going to give you William Nighthawk is going to give away a fantastic medicine bag for missing the night. Give him your prayer. He is such a special individual. And Dennis is going to be here also, Carol. And man, it's going to be a blast because when we start talking odd things, I don't think there's anybody to see anything more odd on screen. So before we go out, we're doing say goodbye.
Next week, William Nighthawk.
Are you still with me? Y'all, God bless y'all. Thank you, chat room. Oh, a pleasure to be here for you. See you a million times before we get it off again. And we'll see you next week. God bless y'all.
Good night, everyone.